Minister Nongthong Mambiren leads people in paying homage to Assam Rifles soldiers martyred in militant ambush at Kongtal village in Chandel district. "38-year-old COVID-19 positive man from Lilong Khunau died at Jennings this morning. COVID-19 death toll rises to 5 in Manipur. And India reports biggest single-day spike of 55,078 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 35,747. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Afternoon News. I'm USHAM with the top stories and latest news at this hour. Chief Minister Nongthong Mambiren has led the people in paying homage to the 3 Assam Rifles personnel who were martyred in a recent militant ambush at Kongtal village in Chandel district. State government held a wreath-laying ceremony in honor of the martyred soldiers at Bir Tikendrajit International Airport today. Speaking on the sidelines, Chief Minister N. Biren said there is no place for violence in a democratic country like India. He condemned the incident and asserted that the government will not remain a silent spectator and the perpetrators will be definitely hunted down. The Chief Minister appeals to armed groups to shun hostilities and come out for a political solution, stating that the state government will provide suitable assistance to the families of the martyred Central Forces personnel belonging to Manipur. Chief Minister N. Biren said that the matter will be put up in the state cabinet for discussion. Kurai MLA L. Sushindro, DGP LM Kaute, other high-ranking civil, military and police officers and family members of late Assam Rifles Jawan Ratan Salam attended the ceremony. Chief Minister N. Biren also met with the bereaved family members of late Jawan Ratan Salam and offered his condolences.
I want also appeal to them to leave the hostilities, to leave the weapons and come out for a political solution. India is not like before. India is now a superpower. I am not drilling them. We will definitely retaliate. Koi state sigi like itribasi agi mayam bamasu ukhuldige election ki satpada khalakpada ambush to like idabani hai. The magi di hori bangang masani sine peace in the film terrorist related, insurgency related matters in the Shiva Popoya or Posio state government among them to scheme Mama Labini, Adu scheme Makada, Amuk no Kevni and Kanaraga, Henamagi families in the Matin Parno rehabilitated because the weather have the cabinet meeting. Definitely we will have the families of the victims.
Responding to a query regarding casualties of COVID-19 patients in Manipur, the Chief Minister said that all patients who had died so far had pre-existing ailments. As such, it was hard to save their lives. He assured that the government is trying its best to save every single life.
Those people are really suffering in a prolonged illness like kidney failure, heart disease and the diabetes like that. In the meantime, infection of the COVID also taken place. Mixing this all, the unfortunate death of 4 persons has taken place. Government is trying our best to prevent that, so precautionary measure has taken up. Those people are really suffering in a prolonged illness like
Manipur today reported its 5th COVID-19 death. A 38-year-old man from Lilong Khunau who had tested positive for COVID-19 died at Jennings around 3 a.m. today. The patient was referred to Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, Imphal, from COVID Care Center, Thoubal, after his condition became critical. He was admitted to Jennings with complaints of breathlessness, fever and diarrhea around 11 p.m. of July 29. He is the second COVID-19 patient who had died at Jennings. As of Thursday evening, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur reached 2,505, out of which 829 are active cases. Manipur has extended total lockdown and curfew for another week from today until August 6th in a bid to contain the spread of coronavirus. Roads in Imphal city bore a deserted look as people responded to the lockdown. Vehicular traffic on road was nil and only few vehicles were seen plying on the streets for emergency and essential services. Shops in Imphal city remain closed except for medical stores and pharmacies. However, MSPDCL prepaid recharge booth at Kashampat was opened for public convenience. State police has beefed up precautionary measures in every district of Manipur, including the Imphal city area. Police patrol units are being stationed at strategic locations in the city to keep a strict vigil to avoid any untoward incidents. It may be mentioned that the state government had to extend the 7-day lockdown and total lockdown and curfew imposed in the state since July 23 afternoon, which ended yesterday due to the recent spike in coronavirus infection among those who have no travel history. Social Environment Development Organization SIDO Singjamai Sapam Lekai has demanded the government to stop issuing inner line permits to outsiders amid the coronavirus pandemic. Insects are attacking paddies at Poiraupat in Andhra constituency amid the coronavirus pandemic. Farmers are distressed as they might not be able to harvest proper amount of rice this year. Speaking to media, General Secretary of Poiraupat Farmer Development Cooperative Society, Kulem Tomcho, said that the rice production from fields in Poiraupat was only 10% last year due to scanty rainfall. He expressed disappointment that cultivation is being hampered despite timely monsoon this year, as they could not buy fertilizers and insecticides required for cultivation on time due to the pandemic lockdown. Tomcho appeals to the relevant authorities to take necessary measures to ease their plights. He also appeals to the IFCD to take stock of the existing irrigation system in the area.
सरकार की माइकेदा फार्मर न नोलुक न हाइजरी टिलेदा योलिबा दुकान सिंजे अमुक्तंग थोंग हांगन बियु माना थोंग हांगद्रगदी अखोइना लौ उबगी कानाबदो अखोइगी लेइत्रे यारगदी फार्मर मयामजिना टिलेदा लौबा चटपदा शटडाउन तौरिबनी हाइदना अखोइगी फोर्स की कांगु सिंगनाजु मोइजे लौमी ओरमाने अदुना मोइजे अखोइ मयामगिनी कोना खल्लगा असी मतंग कोमथोकपिनबा हाइना फार्मर की साइडगी नोलुकपगा लोइना हाइजरी पोरोपाट मनुंगदगी इसिंग थोलेबा जगासी IFCD डिपार्टमेंट अमुक्तंग मियेंग संगबिरगा हारिबा ड्रेनेज से अमुक्तंग सेंगतोकबिरगा अखोय गवर्नमेंट की साइड ता फार्मर न हन्नन नोलुकसरी.
State Chief Secretary Dr. JOYSHREE Babu retired from his post today. In wake of the situation, 5 student organizations, namely All Tribal Students Union Manipur Atsam, Kuki Students Organization KSO, All Naga Students Association Manipur Ansam, Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur Desam, and Apunba Ireipaki Maheiroi Singpang Loop AIMS have urged the state government to assign a native of Manipur as the state's new chief secretary. The student bodies have demanded the government to assign the new Chief Secretary only in accordance with the Memorandum of Understanding it has signed with them on June 9 of 2018. Speaking to media earlier today, Desam President N. Edison and Atsam General Secretary Saiboy Haukip warned that the student organizations will launch intense agitations if the government ever choose an outsider as the new Chief Secretary of Manipur.
2018 da inakiba madugi MOUC thugairaga native ki nataba mapan lamdi IS ama chief secretary gi dong khangi doriba masigi post da ha khagdra haibagi chingnaba ma ki tongan tongan ba student organization sing da phause
non native sing IS officers sing so deputation chalaga lam mapan atopada sahi tara mga manungai na leithoga huji chief secretary ki post vacant oina leirani haiba matam sida halaga kadai no dagi lobby to silaga chief secretary ki post ki damak tore isi sidi ko ya pam thoi aduga sarkar na karigum ba ko gi memorandum of understanding soi to narami ba si regard to na chachi bata gi student organization sing tunina leiroi kan ba khongjang changsin gani.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases. Keep watching Impact News.
खंगनजबा कोविड-19 की हौजिक ओइबा फिवम असी यंगजरगा राज मेडी सिटी की ओपीडी मखाताबा नोटिस अमा थोक्तिबा फावबा थिंगजिनजरे हॉस्पिटल असिगी इमरजेंसी सर्विस कक्तमक चथजगनी हाइरिबा असिसु टेलीफोन दा हाना अपॉइंटमेंट लौबिगदबनी अपॉइंटमेंट की दमक 9366324204 दा कांटेक्ट तौबियु खंगनजरिबा राज मेडी सिटी इम्फाल Northeast India की अहान बोइना IGS Infra Solutions Private Limited ना मणिपुर इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट की VIP लॉज मणिपुर स्टेट रूरल लाइवलीहुड मिशन इम्फाल ईस्ट कैराउ बिट्रा तनिक्स टाटा मोटर्स ता अमुक कापथोपदा था अहुम गाक्थोपा ngamba कोविड कोड की पांबै पिजखरे अदुदसु नतना था मरी थिंगसिलुरबा ममिंग लेरबा जयपुर क्लब अमदी UP की स्टेट रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉर्पोरेशन की बस स्टेशन अनिदसु कापथोपतुना अमुक हन्ना हांगदोक हनखिबा लेख्रे अकुपा मरोल की दमक IGS Infra Solutions MM Manson Nauremthong contact number 9862104214
Banthobi Group of Companies presents Banthobi Housing Finance Company Limited, regulated by National Housing Bank, wholly owned by Reserve Bank of India, provide subsidized home loan under PMAY-CLS Housing for All by 2022 mission. Banthobi Microfin deals with microfinance activities only. Banthobi Nidhi Limited provides loan against fixed deposit, loan against property, etc. Banthobi Constructions Private Limited facilities. Booking started for real estate residential projects of flats, villas or row houses, etc. For more details, kindly contact Banthobi Housing Finance Company Limited and its subsidiary group of companies or report Rangbam Leitlai Imphal.
Ichabu mahi tamhanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipur gi oina lemjuningai oiraba, mahi tamham ama oiriba, khwaidigi chunaraba mafamda semgatlaba, CBSE the affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri. Ichasingbu admission tawidana mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudol oibiu, ichagi phazabalam chat sajati ahombadu ubiu, Slopland Public School Khongjom.
Andro AC की सोशल वर्कर ओइबग लोइदना AC असगी कांग्रेस लुचिंगबा ओइबत नतना यूनाइटेड एनजीओस फोरम मणिपुर की चेयरमैन ओइरिबा कैशाम निंगथेम जाउना अंद्रो AC की मियाम की थबक थौरम कयादा मतेंग पांगबिबा स्फ्रूटी स्कीम की मखादा अहानबा इंस्टॉलमेंट ओइना लुपा लिसिंग यांखै पिबिबा लोइनना कोविड-19 न मरम ओइरगा लॉकडाउन लैरिङै मनुंगदा युमदा लैना लैना सेंदान लंबी पिबिबगी दमक कैशाम निंगथेम जाउबु ताइबंग मपुना याइफबा माइपाकपा ओहेन बिष्णु हाइना हाइजरिबा इंगा लैमतो कुथबि नुपिलो
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Afternoon News. India has reported a single-day biggest spike of 55,078 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Their toll has reached 35,747. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, country's total confirmed cases have crossed 16 lakh, out of which above 5 lakh are active cases. Total recoveries from COVID-19 surpassed 10.5 lakh mark. In the past 24 hours, the highest number of 37,223 recoveries have been reported in the country. With this, country's recovery rate stands at 64.54% and COVID-19 mortality rate has further declined to 2.18% in the country. Maharashtra has the highest number of active cases of nearly 1,48,000. Meanwhile, Indian Council of Medical Research asserts that 6,42,588 tests were conducted by various laboratories in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 1,74 lakh people and more than 6,77,000 people have died. Recoveries are above 1,9 lakh. USA is on top with more than 21,94,000 active cases and Brazil is at second place with more than 6,98,000 active cases of COVID-19. India is at third place in the world. Total active cases of COVID-19 in the northeast states, including Manipur, have crossed 14,500 mark in the last 24 hours. Assam's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 38,000 mark, out of which 9,230 are active cases. Arunachal Pradesh's confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 1,484, out of which 654 are active cases. Nagaland's confirmed cases have reached 1,561, out of which 936 are active cases. Nagaland Chief Minister Nifurio has quarantined himself at his home after a few staffers of his residential complex have tested positive for the coronavirus infection on Thursday. The state has imposed total lockdown until August 31st. Tripura's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 4,734, out of which 1,723 are active cases. There are 174 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 395 in Sikkim, and 588 in Meghalaya. "38 CRPF personnel have tested positive for COVID-19 in Arunachal Pradesh. The infected personnel of the 171 decoy of Mao-based CRPF camp in Changlang district tested positive for COVID-19 on Thursday evening. The CRPF personnel were confirmed as COVID-19 positive during rapid antigen test. Phase 5 of the Vande Bharat mission is scheduled to start from the 1st of August. A total of 792 flights, which include 692 international flights and 100 domestic flights, have been scheduled under this phase to repatriate Indians from 23 countries. These include GCC countries, US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, China, Israel, and Kyrgyzstan. Briefing media yesterday evening, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said that these flights would cater to 21 different airports in India and repatriate a total of 130,000 Indians stranded abroad. A total of 878,921 Indian nationals have returned till yesterday so far under the mission. Of these, 107,452 Indians have returned from Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Pakistan and Bangladesh through land borders. Worker Union Manipur WOM has welcomed the new National Education Policy 2020, which makes vocational education compulsory from class 6 onwards. Press release from the union urges the state government to implement the policy at the earliest. Governor Dr. Najma Heptulla has sent greetings to people of Manipur, especially the Muslim community, on the occasion of Eid-ul-Zuha 2020. In her greetings, the governor has said that Eid-ul-Zuha, meaning festival of sacrifice, signifies the spirit of sacrifice rising above the narrow barriers of one's ego and self-interest for the good of all. She has said that the festival promotes tolerance, harmony and goodwill amongst different communities. Dr. Najma Heptulla has urged people to forget differences and ushers in an era of peace and harmony in Manipur. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren has also extended heartiest greetings to the people of the state, especially the Muslim community, on the occasion of Eid-ul-Zuha 2020. The Chief Minister said that Eid-ul-Zuha, the festival of sacrifice, is celebrated with traditional fervor and gaiety in India and the world. He said the festival commemorates the ancient story of great faith and sacrifice made by Prophet Ibrahim in the form of his son Ishmael to God. He wished that the festival strengthens cordial ties among communities in the state. He also urged the public to take maximum precaution in the wake of COVID-19 situation. IPR Works Minister T.H. Biswajit has also extended heartiest greetings to the people of the state, especially the Muslim brethren, on the auspicious occasion of Eid-ul-Zuha festival. The minister wished that the festival ushers peace, amity and brotherhood amongst communities of the state. He appeals to abide by the government's COVID-19 SOPs whilst celebrating the festival. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren leads people in paying homage to Assam Rifles soldiers martyred in militant ambush at Kongtal village in Chandel district. A 38-year-old COVID-19 positive man from Lilong Kuno died at Jenims this morning. COVID-19 death toll rises to 5 in Manipur. And India reports biggest single-day spike of 55,078 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 35,747. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.